guys, Joe Blue back again. I wanted to follow up with the gaming merchant. A lot of the comments are piling up, probably more than I can keep up with. It's going to pretty high. So I was going to make a longer video addressing some of the clips of the gaming merchant. Again, it takes a long time to record the videos, edit them, render them, and upload them. So I've sort of cancelled what I was originally going to do. I'm going to make a quicker video on one section of evidence. So we're going to take a look at this snap, the main snap that I think is quite obviously an aimbot, and we're gonna watch this again. I'm gonna mute the audio, watch it in real time. It says the snap there. He snaps there again. Right, so let's watch this again in slow motion. Many people in the comments try to claim that because person's visible, it can't be cheats. I don't know how that logic works. Like, it can't be an aimbot if he can see the person. Don't know how that logic works, man, but we'll see here that he goes into ADS. Person does indeed become invisible, and he can see them. And he snaps perfectly dead center, behind obstruction, no over aim, no under aim, dead center. Not even aiming at the legs or at the head, but dead center through an air vent. Bang, snap straight to head again, so like 2 snaps back to back. Now, the thing that gives this away for me that this is cheats and that this is an aimbot is that he ADSs here, he sees the person. Now, I would argue that a legitimate player would remain in ADS and just move their crosshair to the target and track them through the vent. Right? That's what I would argue. Now, if you had an aimbot and the aimbot was tied to your ADS function, you might, instead of using the crosshair of ADS to track the target, you might go back into hip fire mode and then re-engage the ADS in order to trigger the aimbot to work. So he goes into hip fire mode, he re-enables it, snaps straight to center of the target, no over aim, no under aim. Right, and then he carries on looking at them for the thing. He goes back to hip fire again, re-establishes, re-engages the ADS again, and bang, snaps straight to the head. Right, watch it again. Right, so he sees the person that's visible, goes into hip fire, re-engages the ADS, snaps center to target, no over aim, no under aim, goes back into hip fire again, re-engages ADS, snaps directly to their head. So you got to understand that I'm arguing for likelihood, what the physical evidence shows, and using just this clip and a couple of other points. The physical evidence is we can see him snapping 2 times, one when they're behind the vent, dead center to the body, and a second time dead center to the face, to the head, basically. To support that it's aimbot, he also seems to enter into hip fire mode and re-engages the ADS. If you had your aimbot tied to the ADS function, that is what a person with an aimbot tied to their ADS function would do. The physical evidence matches the logic of how an aimbotter who had their aimbot tied to the ADS function would operate. The physical evidence matches the other physical evidence, and the logic all ties together perfectly. On top of that, you have the fact that he switched the colorblind filter. That's a physical fact that happened, and he switched it and it offered no tactical benefit. The second thing is that he claims that the other person is a cheater. I agree that they were cheating as well, and to be able to consistently kill the cheater multiple times would mean that you'd have to be as good as or better than the other player. So, and he's either doing that either with legit skill or with cheating, but it would be more likely to use cheats to beat a cheater than legitimate skill, since cheats are made to beat above average players most of the time, right? So you'd need way above average skills to beat a cheater legitimately. So it would be likely that they are using cheats. It is likely that they're using an aimbot because the physical evidence matches the other physical evidence that ties into the logic of how they would use the aimbot if their aimbot was tied to their ADS function. So there's nothing crazy about what I'm saying. I'm not delusional. I'm not mentally unstable, right? None of these things that potentially cheaters try to claim in the comment section, right? These are physical facts, actual logic. You can't argue against the logic. Going forwards, we're going to play a little game in the comment section of let's spot the cheater. Cheaters will not address my argument. The points here are he is snapping to target on 2 occasions, one center to body, one onto the head, and they are moving from hip fire and re-engaging that ADS, all of which ties into what would look like somebody using an aimbot tied to their ADS function. That's physical evidence. It's unarguable evidence within the video. You then have the fact that they changed colorblind settings and they are killing this cheater over and over again, which would think would require cheats. So this is a tight little package here. So anybody who doesn't address these arguments, who can't refute what I'm saying, the logic behind these arguments, and you start making baseless statements saying I just don't think it is cheating, baseless statements about me, insulting me, or questioning my mental health, or and gaslighting me, saying that this is just normal skill, this is normal legitimate skill that you're seeing. And if you see these things, the chances are the people making these comments are cheaters. And then they will also use the appeal to consensus fallacy. So many cheaters will repeat the same things, making these baseless statements and never actually addressing any of my points. If you see any of these things happening in the comments, people who do this are cheaters, and then they'll use the appeal to consensus fallacy to say, well, everybody's saying it, so it must be true. Appeal to consensus fallacy is the idea that if everyone thinks something is true, then it must be true. But that's not true. But they'll use appeal to consensus fallacy to essentially try and convince non-cheaters that I'm just talking complete nonsense. But they will not be able to address these arguments. They will not be able to refute what I'm saying here. But that's pretty much it on this video. I want it to be a quick video, as quick as possible, just to get this out there. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm in the degree of likelihood that I'm correct, right? Like, you can't argue with this. I guarantee you no one will be able to in the comments section. They'll make statements, say that I'm wrong, but they'll have nothing to back it up. People stating, I think this, no it's not, you're wrong, you're just bad. It'll just be statements, and no one will have an actual logical refutation of my position. Not a single person will have it. The reason why that is because most of them are cheaters and the other ones are stupid. So those are the people. You got stupid people and you got the cheaters. Cheaters can't argue against the truth because they have no truth. They don't have an argument. All they can do is make statements. And stupid people who don't understand how to form an argument. So that's it for this video. Yeah, GG, laters. Have a great day.